Yeah, all right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very sorry for the late start of this Zoom. Uh, my network is not good at all where I am, but I believe by the end of this call, you will have got some knowledge on how you can counteract the floating losses that you might be having today, and also be able to make profit within the floating losses that you might be having. My name is Julius, and if you can hear me very well, just give me a thumbs up so that I understand that although my network is not good, you can be able to listen to me this morning. Thank you so much. Okay, if you can hear me, just a thumbs up is enough. Happy to see different leaders on the call in the morning. Okay. All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to go a little bit about the floating loss and how this can be minimized, but at the same time maximize profits within the floating loss. All right, that's where my focus will be today, this morning. So let us invite our friends, let us share the link, and let us start in the next. All right. Okay. 1 minute to go and we get started. Okay. Before I get started, I want to inspire someone. I want to share a personal conversation. This is a personal conversation, right? I rarely do, but I'm going to share. He's my friend and no emotions attached. Okay. So I'll be sharing a personal conversation to motivate someone. Okay, I have around 5 personal conversations, but let me start with this, okay? I want to start with a personal conversation with my brother, my friend, OBM, well, I'm from Nigeria. Okay, he started the business and but I'll just talk about some few of his achievements, right? Okay, he has been able to purchase he's replacing 3 nice cars and 2 houses from the business. And this is personal conversation. So I saw one of his houses, so good. And it says it is good to be focused on a business like Royal Q. This, right? This is one of his houses. Yeah, very nice looking. And we're discussing, and that's from now. Okay, what will be in the next 2 years from now? I also have another conversation that I'm going to be sharing. All right. So I'll keep this training today very short because my network is getting more unstable. I want to welcome different leaders on the call that are serving the community of Royal Q, Leader Brian Makanda from Australia, Leader Preshi, one of our great leaders from South Africa, Leader Carl, one of the great ladies. I see my friend, my brother, Gabriel Olunde, from that side of Salvador. Happy to have you on the call. Thank you for the work we're doing for the Royal Q community. I see Lulu Rich. Happy to see you. We appreciate the work we are doing for the Royal Q community. I've seen Leader Silva, Professor Matthew, so many other leaders that are doing whatever it takes to make sure that the people of the Royal Q community are served, right? So we believe that what we are doing is a service to make sure that the people that we introduce in our business can be able to make money. I want also to thank my brother Harry, who is supposed to be with us today. Okay, before I get started, I want to talk about the trading time zones. And I'll use a personal conversation with one of our great traders, that is Harry. So I'll open a personal conversation. I'll be opening a personal conversation. Okay, let me see if I get there first. Okay, right, I'll be opening a personal conversation with Harry. And I'm opening this to show you what we call the time zones. And I want to focus so much on the morning signals before I go into trading provided by Harry. And people are already winning in these morning signals with the one shot. Harry started a program, ladies and gentlemen, and his program is to make sure that you make 1% per day every single day. And he provides signals in the morning. And in the morning, right now, the signals are between these hours. East African time, it is 11 a.m. Nigerian time, which is around 9 to 10 a.m. I'm using the same time zone, 9 to 10 a.m. East Africa Standard Time, which is 8 to 9 South Africa Standard Time. I'll keep it to that. And like we say, you just need to learn how to trade these signals. You could see some excitement already by Leader Deus. He has been able to deliver his cake and is this one called Theta. So if you want to avoid good floating loss and you can control your greed, because one of the challenges, ladies and gentlemen, that is affecting so many people to keep on making profit is the inability to control their greed. Some of you leaders, you are very greedy that you want to take too much from the market. And so if you are deciding to pick the one shot, okay, and maybe you are going with everyday morning signals of Harry. Harry is one of the team of Leader OBM. OBM is one of the V5s, very successful businessman, right? And happy to have you on our call today. And you can be able to really make very good profit if you can control your what? Your emotions, all right? You can control your emotions, okay? And so if you decide to control your emotions and decide to trade, even if it is one single signal a day, you will not sit in too much floating loss. The challenge is the inability to develop a trading habit, even if you are not a trader. How much you're not very greedy that you want to take everything, but you say, I will take my 1% a day and I'm good to go. And anybody who's on that, they never sit into the floating loss, they take little, but they keep winning. Now, if you're already in floating loss, because that's my topic for today, how would you be able to win big time? And before maybe I go into that, allow me share another testimony from one of from the V5 group. I think I'll use that. I'm not going to the personal conversation because it looked to be more personal. I want to share this testimony from our brother Rubet. Rubet is from Malaysia. He paid $100 last year, and he has been able to make over 180,000 USDT within a year. And so he was able to do his renew of $120. Before I go into our presentation today, by the time you complete your first year in the business, how far do you want to go and how much do you want to achieve? I also want to look at the achievement of our brother Ninzam Saha, who calls himself Black Rock. He's a V6. He's one of our uplines. And within a year, Royal Q has as many as 1 million users have registered and 500 plus have subscribed for the Royal Q. And he has only 21 users. He's a V6. And the Royal Q has managed to really change his life. These have made 1 year, and they have been able to reactivate their accounts. Before I go into how we are going to manage your floating loss, how much do you want to make from this business? And how many people's lives do you want to change? Like I showed you the conversation with one of our leaders at the OBM, he has been able to purchase himself nice cars, have himself nice houses, just less than 1 year in the business. So the question could be, what are some of your goals that you want to achieve this year? Because if we are able to show you different people that have been able to make it in the business, ladies and gentlemen, it means everybody can make it. And as simple as that, allow me now go into how to manage floating loss. Okay. One of the best ways, ladies and gentlemen, to maximize profits in Royal Q, if I'm on the right account, to maximize profits in Royal Q is to learn the market trends, that the market will go up, right? If you are not ready to go in for the 1%, like how I explained, you will need to know that the market will go up and the market will go down and the market will go flat. And so if that sticks into your mind, you need to prepare yourself for the uncertainty. You can prepare yourself by trading one short, taking 1% from the market and get done. And why take the 1%? We have what we call the trading times, or what we call the trading zones. I don't know how traders call it. When certain traders wake up and enter the market. And I'll focus on mainly two of them. The first one is the one I've talked about, which is between 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. in the morning. And at this time, it is 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. East Africa Standard Time, which is between 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. South Africa Standard Time. And because Harry understands this time, he sends us these signals in the morning. And like I've shared with you, they have already delivered. And so the goal is to enter the market while these traders are entering. And before they exit, you are out of the market during that time zone. And so when the signals are sent, for example, I don't know, I may not be able to send on all groups, but usually beg leaders to do that. Okay, for example, today, the signals have been 2. Okay, and your focus should just be down here. Let me look at theta. Okay, the start trade was 3.46 and the end trade was 3.83. If we check theta right now, if you understand that time, it's at 3.474, 3.483, meaning you cannot enter now, but those that have entered soon getting out of this. But trade. Even some might have gone out already. And so if you want to minimize the floating loss and to be able to maximize you can take that want
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good day to everyone on the call. This is one of your favorite hosts and co-hosts, Coach Jay from Cape Town, South Africa. It seems as if we have lost our previous host to the call. Happy to be here, as usual, guys. Very, very excited. The market is bleeding, but also not bleeding too much. All right, so there's money to be made, especially in the dips. All right, so the theme of the call is to help everyone understand how you can minimize floating loss and maximize the profit turnaround time. That, of course, is what all of you would like, I'm sure. is to maximize the turnaround time of how quickly you can receive your profits. And come to think of it, ladies and gentlemen, I had a very interesting call yesterday with one of my second generation partners, right? And he made a couple of mistakes which were easily correctable. And I was pleased to give him the necessary assistance and enlighten him as to how he can go about managing his floating loss, right? And one thing that is very important to understand, ladies and gentlemen, all right, okay, please excuse my silence for that short while. Just needed to pay the bills. All right, so as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important for us to realize and understand that there's actually opportunity in what we call the floating loss. It is simply but a paper loss, right? So on paper, it's looking as if it is a loss, but in actual fact, it's not. It's what we call an unrealized loss. The only time that anyone can lose when it comes to the trades is, of course, when you make uninformed decisions. All right, and one of the mistakes that many people make when it comes to their trades is that they are overly excited. Right, they're overly excited when it comes to making their trade, and they get caught up in FOMO. And especially for newbies, if you don't know exactly how to configure the trading parameters, you'll see yourself ending up in floating loss because you will be using what we call the settings that is already pre-applied, right? Which is the default settings is what we call it. That's the word I'm looking for, right? And of course, we have come up with a way to help you guys understand that it's quite simple to avoid any floating loss if you get in at the right time based on the signals, more especially so that we've seen. So for those that joined maybe last year sometime, maybe let's say about 3, 4, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, especially you guys on the call, if you have joined that long ago, you may be experiencing what we call floating loss. And like I said, it's basically a blessing. It's something that everyone and anyone would be able to profit from if you understand the replenishment process, right? So we have our host back on the call. Thank you so much for listening thus far. I won't say too much, but I'm sure with the insights, the knowledge, the experience, for those like I said that have been in the business for like more than 6 months now, by now you should at least have a better, clearer understanding of how to manage or tackle your floating loss, how to minimize that floating loss, and how to receive profits much faster. And it all comes down to simple techniques that one could use, one could apply, of course, on consent that you have your capital available, and you have distributed that capital, let's say, evenly across all of your coins, not gotten caught up in FOMO trading, whereby you have overtraded. You may have traded too many coins than what you are supposed to have traded based on your capital. And sorry, you may have not put the required amount of capital, spread that capital evenly to minimize your risk by doing proper risk management and proper dollar cost averaging. So over to our host. We hope that your network is back on track. Are you available, sir?
All right. Thank you so much, Coach J, for that sharing this morning. And so I'll just share, and I think we shall have also Coach J back discuss this same subject. Okay. I'm just going to
All right, let's give you some time there, Leader Julius. Maybe you need to
just give an example. Right? If you're already trading let me say, I've already said you manage your funds using 80 over reserved into your USDT. So bullet to win the market is
All right, it seems as if once again we have lost Leader Julius due to network issues. I couldn't also quite hear him, hear exactly what he was saying, so that I could pick up where he has left off. But let me just enlighten you guys a little bit. This is the Binance application, right? Owned by the 19th richest man in the world. Wow, Mr. CZ has come up with an amazing platform to help people better understand cryptocurrency and more especially how to trade it responsibly. Okay, and of course, with the help of the Royal Q artificial intelligence robot, it makes things so much more simpler. Right. So when it comes to trading crypto responsibly, There's a couple of essentials that we need to bear in mind. We need to take into consideration the necessary economics, the technical analysis, and then of course the very most important aspect, which is the actual trading. So there's just a few things that I touch on. In the meantime, while we wait for Leader Julius to get back, this article, along with many others, ladies and gentlemen, can be found in your Binance. Binance has what we call in the more section. When you switch to Binance Pro, there is Binance Academy. Right, I don't know if you guys have ever clicked around your Binance and went into Binance Academy or went into the research option. But this over here is for beginners, of course. If you're not a crypto trader before Royal Q, of course, is used as a tool to help us better assist us make profits, especially when we are unable to watch the market consistently. So of course, trading responsibly should be your top priority when buying or selling crypto. Much of trading responsibly comes from proper planning, and I think lack of planning, proper planning prevents poor performance, right? Proper planning prevents poor performance, and of course, that could be one of the reasons why most people are experiencing major floating losses because of the little bit that I touched on earlier on. And for any trader, somebody that has been trading professionally even before Royal Q, creating a trading plan can help keep you accountable for your actions later on. So by making decisions when you have a clear head, you can avoid emotions affecting your trades. And that's one of the key selling points with our AI, right? With our artificial intelligent robot, is that it does not make any decisions based on emotions, especially if we are sending signals. Signals are coming from different leaders in the business. And those guys, we have a plan, right? We've been trading crypto before Royal Q, and of course, we did the necessary technical analysis, the necessary fundamental analysis, and we basically done our own research, and that's what's vital, is doing your own research. Okay, so you need to understand that when it comes to doing your own research, it is very important to diversify, right, and use what we call stop limit orders to avoid FOMO where possible. And that's exactly what we're trying to teach you guys when it comes to suppressing your greed, right? So it is a fact that many people can get fear of missing out and get caught up in greed when it comes to trading. So you overtrade, you don't consider the amount of capital in respect to the amount of coins that you're trading, and you're not leveraging correctly, right? So we need to be aware of all of the risks that are involved, and the Royal Q robot, of course, has the necessary features in place that end up being a benefit to us, right? So no matter how much you're trading, it's best practice to make sure that you're doing so responsibly, right? This is the introduction. So with simple tips and methods, you can reduce unnecessary risks and make sure that you are only trading what you can afford to lose. And that is what is very, very imperative, is that when we are thinking of trading responsibly, we're not using money that we're going to need in the immediate future, and we're also not gambling, right? This is not gambling, this is trading, buying low, selling in high, getting in at the right price, and then of course allowing the robot to stop trading, to sell off for you at the perfect target price. So for some people, it can be easy to get carried away. And if you want to learn how you can better manage your trading, you can read through this guide on Binance to determine your correct limits and improve your overall responsibility. And in actual fact, all of the applications, any centralized exchange like Binance, Coinbase, UB. Those are the three that we are making use of, right? All three of these exchanges actually have information like this in it. And it is your responsibility as a leader to be a reader, all right? And let's move on to what is responsible trading. Trading crypto responsibly is more than just watching how much you are buying and selling. You should be in control of your trading behavior rather than act based on your emotions. You also need to take accountability and understand that if the trading activity you're doing really works for you. There are many different ways you can invest or trade cryptocurrencies. Alternatives like futures and margin trading can provide large returns through leverage, but are riskier. And that is why we don't do leverage trading at Royal Q, right? We do spot trading, and nobody actually loses money in spot because there's no chance of your position getting liquidated, right? So if you bought $150 worth of that crypto, yes, it will your position will be $150, but the position amount in that dollar value fluctuates, of course, right? And what we want to point out and make you guys aware is that the quantity that you hold of that crypto is what's more important than the actual value. And that's where we talk about buying crypto on the spot market and hodling. It's a safer option and it might be more suitable for your risk profile, right? And that's exactly what we do. We do spot trading on the spot market, and we encourage you guys to develop the necessary understanding and practice the correct discipline and patience and hold on for dear life, you know. So some traders may struggle to use these responsibly, and that is why we make use of the Royal Q artificial intelligence robot with a proper understanding of spot trading on the spot market, and getting the necessary understanding of why it is important to hodl. You know, a lot of people don't understand when we say buy the dip. We say buy the dip so that you can average out your position, but then most people are actually selling off, right, instead of buying more of the dip. So responsible traders will avoid the behavior and activities that can lead to irresponsible trades. A large part of responsibly trading crypto is to recognize when your decision making might be negatively influenced. This skill does come with time and experience, and it's common for new traders to trade impulsively or rely on gut feeling. The more you avoid this, the better. And that's what's nice, guys. You guys are in a so to say safe space, right? Even though there are the risks involved in implications that could be seen as negative to uninformed decisions that are made. But the skill does come with time and experience, right? And it's common for new traders to trade impulsively or rely on gut feeling, and that's not what we do at Royal Q, right? We make sure that we can average out our position, doing proper dollar cost averaging, and making sure that we are, of course, investing into the right coins at the right time, right? So how does Binance help people trade responsibly? And we can see how we can actually relate this to Royal Q. Binance takes its responsibility seriously to educate and guide users on best practices. And that's exactly why you guys come to Zoom call, right? We at Royal Q, as ambassadors of this opportunity, we want to make sure that you guys are well educated, and then we want to guide you guys on best practices, and we definitely do take our responsibility seriously. And the same applies with Binance. So along with creating responsible crypto products, Binance was also the first cryptocurrency exchange to require users to pass tests on trading features. Binance Academy also provides free information that actively educates millions of readers globally on safer ways to invest and trade. Users looking to invest in cryptocurrency can also read Binance research for unbiased, in-depth reports. And that's what I was talking about earlier on. When we say DYOR, do your own research, we don't say this to be rude. We say this to help you guys understand that it is your responsibility. So Binance also implements certain anti-addiction features to help traders who may be at risk. For example, Binance may temporarily cease your trading activity if you incur multiple losses in a row. This system helps to combat impulsive trading behavior, and it's just one way that Binance takes responsible trading seriously. And I think that's a very important feature. But when it comes to spot trading, and when it comes to using the Royal Q artificial intelligence robot, guys, remember this robot doesn't make any losses, right? It simply just shows you that paper loss, that unrealized loss, which is what we call the floating loss. And Royal Q actually helps each and every one of us better understand what the floating loss is all about by actually going through your quantitative user guide, right? There's videos in your Royal Q application that you can watch pertaining to the floating loss. And then, of course, there's the user guide. If you go along and you take out the time, maybe 15 to 30 minutes every day or every second, third day, to read the articles that are in your Royal Q. So this is an awesome feature that Binance has in place, which is the anti-addiction notification. And yes, trading crypto, guys, it can be an addiction. It can keep you up at night. But what's the point of then using the robot? Right? We want to set our trade with peace of mind, knowing that we can go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and get our profits. Or if the signal comes at let's say 9 a.m. South African time, or whatever time it is on your side, you have a plan in place that you have put out for yourself, and you know and understand that that is the time that every single day a signal is going to come through, and you can see yourself profiting at least, let's say on average a minimum for the day 2.6%, because it's a 1.3% from the trade, from each trade. And depending if you're doing a one-shot trade or a cycle trade, you can decide, but your capital is very, very important. You need to make sure that you have at least a reserved amount of let's say 120 to $220 reserved for the cycle trade, because of course the market can go against us and we need to average out our position. And that of course is the reason why we're having extra reserve capital in place to minimize the floating loss, to decrease the return rate, and make sure that the average price, it keeps on getting closer to the current price. All right. So of course you guys can read more about responsible trading on the dedicated page, and it's just all about clicking around and reading, guys. So here are 8 tips to help you guys trade crypto responsibly, right? Firstly, crypto trading or trading cryptocurrencies responsibly requires you to manage multiple aspects of your trading behavior. All right, trading behavior, very, very important, guys. Are you paying attention to what your behavior is like when you are taking a trade? It doesn't start and end with the buy or sell button. It really doesn't, right? Try and incorporate as many of the tips below as possible into your routine. And it might seem like a lot of advice, but they will help you to improve your trading skills. All right. This is a skill that is developed. I always say mindset first. The mindset will help you with the behavior. All right. And then of course the skill, and then the strategy. Those are my 3 tips, Coach Jay's 3 tips to becoming a successful trader, becoming a better network marketer, is having the necessary or the correct mentality that will drive the correct behavior, and then developing the necessary skills. But of course, in order to acquire those skills, first and foremost, it's got a lot to do with the mindset. And then, of course, the strategy, right? And this information actually helps us do that, especially the different times of the day that signals are sent. So here's the first step: secure your trading account and wallet. And that's exactly what we teach you guys to do when you get started, right? You use your 2FA, right? And we help you understand that Royal Q has features now in place that they didn't have when I first started, like the biometrics for the fingerprint to get into your Royal Q account or whatsoever. And I mean, there's been incidents, real life experiences of many people where, for example, the husband would go into the wife's account and sell off the crypto assets so that he could have some money to do whatever the case may be, and vice versa. And if you have that necessary understanding and you protect your account with your 2FA, and you understand that your account cannot be compromised if you are the only one that has access to the email, you are the only one that has access to the cell phone number for SMS verification, then you're good to go. So if you also use an external cryptocurrency wallet, the same rules apply to your private key. Remember, you can use wallets like Trust Wallet, Exodus Wallet, and so many other wallets available to you and I. But these wallets have what we call a private key, or also better known as a seed phrase or a 12-word password phrase. So just like your bank account details, guys, you wouldn't want to be sharing those details with just anybody. All right. So depending on your needs and level of security, you can pick a digital wallet from our list of recommended Binance smart chain wallets, and that's amazing. Binance actually gives a recommendation over there as to which wallets you could use that relates to the BSC. Right. If you don't know anything about BSC, Binance Smart Chain, go ahead and do some research, because really, guys, decentralized finance is taking the world by storm. So yes, if you have the option available, you can store extra funds on a hardware wallet to keep them safe, and that's one of my favorite ones. Whereby you can use a hardware wallet like the Trezor wallet and so many others, right? You get, of course, different types of wallets that you can use to ensure that you can keep your crypto safe and secure. Now, this is my favorite one, guys, creating a trading plan. And this is definitely going to help you guys minimize your floating loss. And it's 100% going to help you guys get the necessary profits that you are looking for in a sooner or shorter period of time. So the best way to not let your emotions interfere with your trading is to create a plan and stick to it. This way, sudden gains, losses, rumors, or FUD, you guys know what FUD is, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Right? When doing so, when you have this plan, any sudden gains, losses, rumors, or fear, uncertainty, and doubt can disrupt your decision making. So what goes into a trading plan is what we ask. Right? Your plan should outline the kind of trades you want to make, conditions for trading, and your trading objectives. Right? So what should it do? It should outline the kind of trades you want to make, the conditions for your trading, and of course your trading objectives. Objectives, what do you want out of that trade, right? So your risk profile and trading style will determine what your limits are, and you should create your trading plan with a clear mind and be happy to follow at a later date with what you decided. Your trading plan can include how much leverage you want to use, if any at all, right? But with Royalty, we're not borrowing any money to trade, right? We don't have the risk of getting liquidated, but we do have this very key important aspect of our plan, is that we give you guys an entry price and an exit price for these specific trades, or signals rather, I should say, that are sent every single day in the morning, midday, throughout the course of the day, and then of course later on in the day, right? And that's what's nice about the crypto market. You get people that are buying in the early part of the day, wherever you're from, and then of course there's people that's buying throughout the day, spread across different times throughout the day, and then of course later on in the day, closer to midnight and so forth. All right. Maximum investment amount as per percentage of your total capital. And that is what we need to bear in mind. Take highly into consideration the maximum investment amount as a percentage of the total capital. So what does this actually mean? Right? You don't want to be going into your trade with 100% of your capital, guys. Right? You want to make sure that you can use at least, like we always saying to you guys, 20 to 30%, and leave a reserve capital so that you can make sure that you can at least keep up with the market and average your position. Right. Another one is how diversified your portfolio is. Now, a lot of people think with RoyalQ, yes, for example, on Binance, there is 70 different coins that one could trade. But of course, you cannot be having $1,000 capital, for example, and trading 20 coins, right? It really doesn't make any sense, because you're not giving yourself a fair position in the market. So yes, diversification is important. And yes, of course, having more than one coin is going to increase your chances. But I would rather get good at trading one coin with $1,000, right? And make a profit of, let's say, if the market is pumping, make a profit of $85 on that $1,000, knowingly that I didn't go into my trade with my full $1,000 once off. Remember, using at least 20% to 30% of your full equity, right? Your full trading fund value. You're using 20 to 30%, and so that you can use the rest, the 70 or the 80%, to just keep on averaging out your position and buy the tips on the different margin calls as the market turns against us. Because the market, of course, is not always going to go up, but when it does go up, it's pretty sweet. All right. So that's something to take into consideration, right? You don't have to trade all of the coins to make a good profit. You can take your $100 or your $250 capital and simply just get good at trading one coin, right? Now that you've gotten good at trading one coin, you can you could maybe take a higher risk, a bigger risk, and say, okay, I'm going to start trading 2 coins with my 250, right? Or even 3 or 4 coins, because I could put $50 in each of those coins and do a one-shot trading. But you need to first master the skill and perfect it, or make it become permanent with at least one coin first, and then you'd be able to move on, right? Your crypto asset allocation, right? So how much of your funds are you actually keeping in USDT, which is your stable coin, and how much of that funds are you actually keeping in your crypto, right? So that's also something to take into consideration. Do you liquidate your position? Do you make sure that you can keep your account stable, right, to avoid the unnecessary fluctuations in the market? And what are you focused on? Are you focused on at least trading one coin, or are you trading 10 coins? But what is your capital allocation like, right? The maximum investment amount as per the percentage of your total capital, right? And when to stop trading, right? That's also another one of my favorites, very important. You need to know, guys, when to stop trading, the time, the volume, etc., right? So for me, one of the things that I look at for when to enter and when to exit, right? When to consider the entry or the exit price for your specific trade is the volume, right? Of course, we want to be buying the coin when that coin is pumping, right? Not necessarily when it's pumping, but we want to be buying the price. So person A buys there, person B buys there, and person C buys there. Who benefits the most? Of course, person A. And that, of course, is because person A had a plan. Person A understood the risk implications involved. They spread their capital and so forth and so on, right? And then, of course, considering maximum losses. We don't want to lose. We actually don't lose anything at Royal Q. We simply have that understanding of hodling, and we have that understanding of the spot market, right? We know what spot trading is all about. Nobody loses money in this spot wallet. And the products or assets that you trade, now think about it, guys. That's pretty awesome, right? This is how Royal Q actually helps us not make any losses, because the products or the assets that we trade in Royal Q is actually only the mainstream cryptos available to us, right? The next one is using stop limit orders, and I won't delve too much into that, because of course we like I said, we have the entry price and we have the exit prices. And if you look in your order book, in your order history, in your Binance, remember, everything happens in your Binance, right? Whatever you see happening in Royal Q, it's just more detailed in your Binance. And once you get the better understanding of the order book, right, when the robot is opening that order and then of course closing that order, of course you cannot always be at your screen 24/7, and with crypto being so volatile, you can be left with unexpected losses. And then of course it goes without saying that once again with Royal Q there's no losses. Why? Because we have a plan in place, and we're developing and perfecting the necessary skill to ensure that we can get good at this thing called the one-shot trading. And the better you get, the easier it would be for you to do the cycle trades, right? Taking into consideration all of the aspects which I spoke about here earlier on. All right, so yes, obviously some examples that they are giving, and the stop limit order isn't always guaranteed to fill, but when they do, you will always get the price that you set or better. And that's what's nice. In the Royal Q app, we showed this. I showed this. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. There should be a couple of videos, screen recordings that are circulating in different groups. I showed how you guys can go ahead and actually set the target price, right? So if you buy, for example, one BTC at 30K and you wanted to sell at 31K, then of course you can put that sell order or the stop limit order on your Royal Q app by simply clicking on sell and entering the desired target price. Okay, and if you're not using a target price, then of course you're using a percentage. And that's what's nice about the signals, guys. The percentages are there, and that will definitely avoid you guys from experiencing any floating loss as long as you fully understand what I've already just spoken about. This is another one of my favorites, guys. Do your own research. I kept on speaking about it throughout the call now thus far. And although we offer educational and research materials through Binance Academy and Binance Research, this should always, or rather, this should only be the beginning of your analysis. Okay, so we get the three types of analysis, which is the fundamental, the technical, and the sentimental analysis. Those are the three types of analysis that we do. And the same applies, guys. Literally the same applies with Royal Q. In Royal Q, they have somewhat of an academy whereby you can use the user guide and you can use the materials, the videos made available to you guys that is actually within your Royal Q app. So do your own research, and this is to validate and double check any information that you find. This advice goes for both trading and investing in coins through the exchange and using decentralized finance products, which is another one of my favorites, DeFi products, right? So only you know best when it comes to your risk profile and what's suitable for your portfolio. Before you start investing and trading, make sure you have a good understanding of where you are putting your money, right? Cool, man. Doing your own research, vital, very, very important. DYOR. Diversify your portfolio, another one of the favorites, right? If you decide to create a trading plan, you should cover portfolio diversification to reduce your risk. Holding just one or two assets in your portfolio tends to be riskier, right? In this case, rather with Royal Q, once again, like I said, it would be best to get better at trading one coin because the robot is going to do exactly what you tell it to do. And especially if you're using the signals responsibly, you're practicing the right behavior, and you're doing all of the things that I just mentioned earlier on. I trust that, of course, you guys will refer back to this live Zoom call that is, of course, being recorded on the YouTube channel. All right. So as such, you can diversify your holdings by investing in different assets across multiple asset classes. And that's what's nice about Royal Q, guys. Once you get the necessary understanding, you're developing the necessary skills, you don't have to use a circle trader, right? You don't have to use a circle leader or circle master, however you want to call it. You can actually go about picking the necessary coins that you like, right? That you could end up putting into DeFi liquidity pool, staking, using it for any other options that are available to help you guys make a passive income. All right, so you get to allocate your investments accordingly into different categories, okay? And if you don't know what I'm referring to, you would see on the markets section in your Binance, in your UB, Coinbase, the markets section, there is something called zones or categories of different coins, including on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. If you're using those two applications, you can actually once again go on those apps and do your own research by discovering which category each of the coins are actually falling into that are in your portfolio. And this will help you better diversify, right? Another one of the favorites, guys, actually all 8 of these tips are really vital, and it has helped me a lot along with many other professional traders, right? Fear of missing out is a common feeling for many traders. However, you need to be careful how it affects your actions, right? What do you need to do, guys? You need to be careful how this FOMO affects your actions, right? The fear of missing out on an investment opportunity can cause you to abandon your limits and trading plans with rash judgments. We now have access to an incredible amount of information via the internet, social media, and other communication channels, making us all susceptible. All right, while you can research and find good investment opportunities online, you should always watch out for shilling. If you guys don't know what shilling is, my goodness, guys, so many people have fallen victim to scam projects, but users with ulterior financial motives will promote their coins or projects regardless of their actual value. Shillers will take advantage of FOMO and manipulate traders' emotions. If you begin to feel that you're missing out on an opportunity you've never heard of before, take some time to research the project thoroughly before risking your money. There are lots of things that can cause FOMO, guys. Recognizing them can help you realize its triggers. All right, you need to recognize these factors when it comes to FOMO trading. Social media, Twitter, Telegram, Reddit, and other social platforms contain rumors, false information, and shillers. They will just simply promote their coin in such a way or the project in such a way that of course it benefits them. And then what happens? You get ragged, right? You get ragged or you get wrecked. And you don't wanna get ragged or wrecked, right? All right. So they may take advantage of you and steal your funds. Excuse me. All right. So gains. If you've been on a winning streak, it can be tempting to get reckless with the gains you've made. You may also be overconfident in your skills and proceed to make bad picks. The worst time to trade, ladies and gentlemen, the worst time to trade is after a big win, right? Relax, calm down, just take it easy, and that way you won't fall into any floating loss. So even if you've made a healthy amount of profit, this can increase your FOMO in other big investment opportunities, right? So be aware of that behavior, guys. Losses. In an attempt to make back your losses, right, you may end up doing what we call revenge trading. You want to take revenge on the market now, and you basically increasing your FOMO because you want to make back these losses. And that's how people fall into floating loss, guys. They trading more coins than what they should be trading, and because some of their coins, 2 or 3 coins that they started off with conservatively, went into floating loss, and they thought, you know what, let me pick up another 2, 3, 4 coins because I may end up getting profit from these. Whereas instead, you could have replenished on what you already have to enable yourself to get your profits from the coins that you already have. Right, so you may even enter a position, exit after making losses, and then re-enter the position because of FOMO. Both of these can end up causing even bigger losses, right? So that's very important to understand, guys. All right, the next one, gossip and rumors. Hearing information from other traders or through the internet can make an investment seem tempting. However, rumors, investment advice, or recommendations for a popular cryptocurrency should never take place of a solid research analysis. Volatility, right? Big price fluctuations in both directions provide opportunities for making profits. Whether you're investing and hoping the price will go up or shorting the cryptocurrency market in a downturn, it can easily get you carried away. You might also see a bearish market as a good opportunity to invest, but at the end of the day, it's like you're catching a falling knife. All right, think about it, guys. Yes, we do say dips are meant for buying, right? Remember that, guys. Dips are meant for buying, but you need to understand what you're working with, right? And then they further go on to speak about understanding leverage, but we don't take that into consideration when it comes to Royal Q because we are not risking becoming liquidated. Right? And there's also the cooling off period. And then lastly, closing thoughts, right? Closing thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone should take trading responsibly, and that includes exchanges too. Binance takes its role seriously in helping guide traders to make the right choices. Whether you are trading digital assets, stocks, or commodities, you should always apply proper risk management strategies and do your own research. If you're worried about your trading activity, feeling overly stressed, or losing money more than what you can afford, reach out to the customer support, right? at Binance or the exchange that you're using, and they take that very, very seriously. So that is that, guys. And like I said, leaders are readers, and we don't want to be developing followers here, guys. We want to be developing leaders, of course. And there's so much information here in this Binance Academy, guys, in your more section, right? So amazing, guys, amazing information. I'm sure that you guys have received here today, and you can take out your time to go ahead and read a bit more about the coin that you're trading. For example, you're trading Algorand, which is one of the favorite coins that I hold quite a bit of, right? You can go and do some more research on that coin and get a better understanding of what Algorand is, and when it was founded, and the introduction, and so forth and so on, right? And then the same applies to whatever is popular, right? Altcoins, Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptography, DeFi. All of this information is here, guys, but you just need to take out the time to figure out your way around your app and navigate. And so what we focus on at Royal Q, guys, is spot trading. And then, of course, there is lots of information here, guys, that can help you guys make informed decisions, right? All right, okay. So that is that. We are 65 participants. Our host, once again, secured on the call. I hope so. Leader Julius, are you still there, sir?
Wow. Thank you so much, Coach J, for that lovely, amazing training. If you loved what Coach J shared with us today, can I see you give him some thumbs up, some love hearts, all right? You loved what you were able to learn today. Free information given to you, and the ability and the power to develop our skill in the industry that we are doing. Yeah, the ability and the power to impact the world. Coach J was able really to do it in an amazing way. And I will give my takeaway from his presentation. One, develop a trading strategy for yourself. That was very perfect. And one of the reasons that so many of us get into too much floating loss is trading with excitement. Okay, someone asked me today, Julius, why do you send too many signals? It's not my responsibility to know how many signals you can enter, but my responsibility is to provide the signals, right? So it's not my responsibility. So don't enter everything that you find on the group. Someone asks, then why? Because if you don't have a plan, then you just collect everything for yourself. But if you have a plan, me personally, I rarely trade more than 2 coins a day. My coins are 2, 1 and 2. And I need to make sure I get out of that particular coin before I enter another coin for myself. And generally, I make my little profits, okay, my little profits. And I usually say, it's not about how much I earn, but how consistent I earn. It's not about how much I earn. By the way, even if for me you post when you have made $1 million, yes, I get excited, I share the excitement, but that doesn't take me into entering that trade that you are entering. You see, so many times, when I get on the groups, I see the excitement on the group. I see the excitement. People are happy, they're excited. Hey, this is winning. Personally, I don't enter that trade if I've not been trading it before. I don't join the bandwagon. No matter how sweet people are enjoying, we are killing it with this coin. Oh my God. I need to have a trading plan. That was amazing from Coach J. Because if you join everything that is being shared, you may land yourself in floating loss. Why? Because people entered that trade long time ago and you are joining right now. Okay? So it's very important, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure that we are entering the trades at the right time. Now, if you are joining the signals, all right? Someone was saying yesterday, I fight the one shot. By the way, I have my favorite signals. And one of my favorite signals are the signals from, the one is in the morning. I actually love those signals. And because they provide little 1%, and those that join those signals in the morning, already they're out. And if I can be able to trade, I make my 1% in the morning, me, I'm done. If I'm using the one shot to trade. Now, if you're already into the floating loss, my advice to you, learn the lesson the hard way. Okay, learn the lesson the hard way. Julius, what do you mean by learning the lesson the hard way? Now, don't put all your trades, all your capital into the trades. Okay, don't put all your capital into the trades. It's very, very important not to put all your capital into the trades. If you have $1,000, make sure $800. It's not about how much you make. It's about how consistently you make without getting all your capital into the trade, so that if one trade is not doing well, you can use your bullet to maybe to trade another trade and still make profit as you wait for the other one. So it's a plan. You are trading with a plan. You're not trading with emotions. Okay, if you're using the cycle to trade, if you're already in floating loss, now the only way you can get out of floating loss is to have more money. So if you don't have money, then you wait until that particular coin will bounce back in profit. But you have money, this is the right time to open the margin calls, all right? If you had 0, you had 1, now make them 7. Open the margin calls by the market falling down by 5%, 10%, 5%, 10%. Allow the market buy the dip. Allow the robot buy the dip. Using $10, $10, $10. And basically and purely, you'll be getting these coins at a cheaper price, all right? So that's how you can be able to get out of the floating loss that is disturbing you. You need money. So if you were managing your wallet right, without excitement, you are managing your wallet right, meaning right now, you can be able to flop out. If you cannot be able to flop out, ladies and gentlemen, and you are using the one shot, okay, as the signals are being set, get your favorite signals, right? You say, all right, according to the signals I get, these are good. I'm not saying there is any bad signal. No, all signals are good. I have no signal I can say this is bad, this is good, this is bad, because the people that are giving the signals, personally, I've been able to interact with them, and I discovered they have the knowledge of what they are talking about. And so when they provide the signals, they also don't control the market. Yeah, someone was telling me, Julius, you don't know this guy is a trader. He has been in this thing for the last 30 years, my friend. Even if you have been here for 20 years, this market you don't own. You don't own the buyers or the sellers. Today, the market might be taking this direction, it goes the other direction. Then I ask you, how experienced are you now? And you can't answer the experience. And so let no one deceive you, take you to their direction, that I'm very experienced, I will give you the best thing. There is no best here. All signals are good. But all signals that are being provided, although you're entering them at the right time, please have a backup plan. Don't put all your money in the signals if you're using the one shot to trade. 20%, the challenge is greed. And if all of us on this call today, we are only 61, we are enough to go, we would control our greed. Please stop being too greedy. Stop being too greedy. Greed is killing most of you in floating loss. Someone has $100 and all his 100 is seated in a coin, and this coin goes into floating. How will you recover from that? Someone has 1,000, oh, their 1,000 is seated in there. How will you recover from that? Because you are too greedy. People are making $50 on one thing. I want also to make $50. It works when the market is good, but when the market goes bad, now stop crying. Be patient. Be patient. Stop crying. Be patient. And if you're already in floating loss, go and speak to people about the business. Get money. Come and get out of floating loss. Now, it is funny, let me tell you. People that are joining the market right now are making profit. If you doubt that, raise up your hand. I give you evidence. People that are entering the market right now, they're making profit. That's how the market works. People that are joining right now are making profit. And that's because they're buying low, the market rises a little bit, they sell, they make profit. And so for you to be able to keep making profit, you need to be new in the market. How do you be new? By having some capital to keep on buying when this coin goes deep. Open your margin calls. Open the margin calls. Let the robot automatically keep buying for you when the market is going down. Why? Because it creates a new average price. because it creates a new average price. You know, I don't want to exceed here, ladies and gentlemen. The training has been long enough, very educative. You need to share it with your team members. They need to watch it because it's very important for us to develop the skill. Because once you have the skill, then we can be able on ourselves, on a personal level, go into the trades and enjoy them and keep making money. Thank you so much, Leader Nulbrook, Leader Brian, Leader Preshi, Leader Anthony Destiny, all respective leaders all over the world.
All right, thank you so much, Leader Julius. Seems like you have a bit of a break in the intermission there. But yes, guys, wow, Leader Julius just simply sealed that for you guys, signed, sealed, and delivered the perfect key takeaways. And this is what's vital, guys. If you guys were paying attention and you guys are excited to get more and more information, you guys are excited to learn, get out of that comfort zone, then whilst on the call, especially for the leaders on the call, if they have a team, something that has been working for me, something that has been working for many other leaders, take a screenshot of what you are learning and entice people and excite them as well as to why are you coming to Zoom call? Type some messages as to the message or the teaching that is being relayed to you guys, and summarize that for you guys. So yes, we've been on the call now, of course, for hour and a half, and I think that of course our time has come to an end. But I would love to find out if there's anyone, any leaders, all of you are considered to be leaders, that you guys would like to ask, then please go ahead, be my guest. We will leave the floor open for at least 2 or 3 questions. Is there anyone that would like to ask a question or give their key takeaways? You can go ahead, raise your hand. I'll ask you to unmute, and then we can end the call thereafter. All right, yes, one of my favorite co-hosts and hosts, the blockchain diva, Mrs. Nalu Block. You can go ahead, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Good morning, all leaders. Leader Coach Jay, thank you so much for the informative session this morning, and also to Leader Julius and all the other leaders in the house, all protocol observed. Leader Coach Jay, I've got quite a number of people that want to join, and the ones that have actually joined now, they want the strategy where you just set up one coin and the robot does the work itself. They don't want, they don't want to get up every morning to be busy to fidget with the royalty app. Oh, we're showing off now. Let me also show off. I'm at government. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, look, no, I'm smiling. I'm smiling because of that, because yes, that is something that I too myself would love. This one thing that we must be aware of, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a fully automated robot. It's not. You are not paying an extreme amount of money every single month. You're paying a once-off fee of $120. That's it. And yes, of course, you can have the robot trading, maybe 1, 2, 3 coins, whatever your capital may be. But the fact of the matter is that there is some concerted effort that one needs to make. So yes, of course, once again, I'm going to repeat that the robot can, of course, bring you the passive income, but may not even bring you the desired results that anyone would love, right? So if you're looking to get like 6% or 7%, maybe even 3% for the month, then yes. But that very same coin that you trade in, it's going to require you to get in and get out. And you in this space, guys, you can't literally trade the same coin. Yes, you can, but you can't. How can I put this? You can't trade one coin for the whole year for 12 months and expect to get some good gains. And everyone wants good gains. And I mean, why not take out 15 to 30 minutes before you start your day, right? If you know your job requires you to start your work at 9 a.m., then consider looking at previous signals that were sent the day before, right? And if you look at it, guys, there's actually a pattern here, right? And I'm so surprised at somebody that's in my team trading with, I think, $80. And this man is making profits every single day. And guess what? He doesn't even need to use the signals of that very day. He can actually go ahead and look at signals of yesterday, day before yesterday, or 3 days ago, and actually still follow up on those signals and take a 1% or 2% from an old signal. He just simply takes a look at the previous start trade amount and understands how to look at the candlesticks on the chart. So to confidently and honestly answer your question, for those people that robot, honestly, as per my opinion, personally, they're not going to get it. They may as well leave their money in the bank and not be a crypto trader or not even be a Royal Q robot trader. If I'm not mistaken, there are robots on the market that are fully automated, but it costs you more and are more complicated to use than the Royal Q robots. So I sincerely hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you so much. I
All
will
right, so
pass the information to them.
100%. So yes, let's be serious with our teams, guys. Let's if we really want to make game-changing gains, and not just be mediocre, and we want to take on this market and we want to take on the Royal Q robot with absolute finesse, with absolute confidence, then let's just simply do our due diligence and put learnings into practice. That's the only way that we're going to get good at trading, guys. And you can end up becoming a day trader, and you end up fighting that boss in the government, and you become your own government at the end of the day. That's it.
Yes.
100%. 100%. So
Yes.
thank you for that. Thank you for that sharing, for that question. And once again, I hope that those in your team, they're going to thrive by taking it seriously. Just allocate 30 minutes, maybe 15, 30 minutes in the day to your trading, and then you'll be good to go.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anyone else with a question? I'll leave space for one more question, and then we can bid farewell. All right, so nobody else, but just bear in mind, guys, not fully automated, semi-automated, and does require some human intervention. Any questions? We'll leave space for one more question. You can raise your hand. All right, so it doesn't seem like anyone has a question. I'm sure that we definitely covered some good information. I'll play a cool video for you guys, and then we can end the call. Thank you so much for your attendance, and we keep on inviting more and more people.
take a clean sheet of paper and write down goals in today's date, and then write down 10 goals that you would like to accomplish in the next 12 months, and write them in the present tense, almost like you're submitting an order. And just write down, I earn, I achieve, I weigh, I drive such and such a car, I own. And then you take this list of 10 and you say, if I had a magic wand and I could wave this magic wand and I could have any one goal on my list within 24 hours, which one goal would have the greatest positive impact on my life? And usually this will jump out at you. And that's a goal you transfer to a clean sheet of paper, and then you follow the 7 steps. Write it down, set a deadline, make a list of everything you have to do to accomplish it, organize the list into a checklist, take action, and then do something every day. If you'll just do this simple exercise, then you'll all be rich. Nothing can stop you but yourself.
Hi guys, so that was a short video by a guy by the name of Brian Tracy, and that is somebody that has really helped me in my journey of selling. Right, he has a book called The Psychology of Selling, and what is spoken there right now in that video is it's really the truth. You know, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. I always say that, and really, if you write those certain few things down on a piece of paper as if you already have it, you know, you drive this kind of car, you own this, and you have this, and you know, you already positively affirming it, you know, before you've already achieved it, and then it will be yours. So go out there, guys, smash your goals, but more especially so write them down. Write them down so that they can literally take a pen and a paper and write those goals down so that they can become a reality. And yeah, we'll make it smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and put a time on it. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys on the next call, which usually happens at 8 p.m. South African time. So you guys can go ahead and invite all of your prospects, all of those that said they're going to join at the end of the month, last month, 2, 3, 4, 5 months ago. Follow up with them, guys, because that's the key in getting the members on board, is to make sure that you are persistent and consistent when it comes to posting and chatting about your business. Okay, so follow up with those guys and then send them the link, the same link, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it is the very same link that you guys used to join on the call this morning. You can use the link for the evening call, which will be posted. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys in the next call. It's a bye for now.